You got me?
Yep, I got you.
All right. Well, we're going to open it up to questions here. Let's start with Tyson Alger from The Athletic.
Hey Anthony, just after everything that happened like the last year, to be here on Tuesday about like 12 practices into having a full spring practice, just like how has this been for you, just considering everything?
Considering everything, just to keep it short, it's been an experience. Something that's hard to explain. And it would take me all day to explain it. So I'll just leave it at that.
Eric Skopel, 247 Sports.
Anthony, you obviously had the chance to go pro or find another school after this last season. Why stick it out at Oregon, and kind of how great has it been seeing that pay off with all those first team reps so far in spring?
Just having faith. Sticking it out here, I feel like was my best option. And I felt like there was a lot more to take from this opportunity. And we're still here and we're still grinding. So
Matt Preem, 247 Sports.
Anthony, where do you feel like you're at in understanding just the overall concepts of the playbook and, from where you were last year at this time or the beginning of the season? Cristobal's talked a lot about just getting more reps has been huge for you.
I feel like the reps compared to last year in practice, at least, has a huge role in where I'm at and understanding the offense, understanding the plays, the concepts, in accordance to the defense and the defensive looks that we get. So repetition is a big thing, and mental reps and physical reps don't compare, even though mental reps are actually really, really, really important. So repetition would be the biggest step in between this year and last year.
Ryan Thorburn, Register Guard.
Anthony, what were you doing last April and May when, everything was kind of shut down? A lot of the team went home. How did you stay, I guess, sharp? And at what point during the season did you finally feel comfortable with Oregon?
I felt comfortable during the summertime when I was here. But last year around this time, April, May, I was here when everybody was home. I was getting rehab done, doing work on my own, and just kind of feeling out Oregon because I've never been on this side of the country. Well, that's a lie. I've never been to Oregon before. So that was the biggest change, being away from home, so far away from home, and trying to adjust to it. But I would say that's the biggest thing.
AJ Jacobson, Rivals.
Anthony, coach tells us you've been getting all the reps with the ones in spring camp here, but I was wondering, now that you're the veteran of the group, what are you seeing from the young quarterbacks behind you?
I see a lot of potential. They are all really, really talented. It's hard to really point out one, but man, it's gonna be fun watching Oregon after I leave here.
James Crupia, the Oregonian.
Anthony obviously got a lot of playing time in the Fiesta Bowl. After the game, Quincy certainly voiced a lot of frustration with things at the time. Spoke to obviously the decision to come back, but in that initial aftermath, how serious were the considerations about moving somewhere else?
Considerations weren't too serious, but it's always there. Just had to talk with my family and talk to my coaches about what I wanted to do, what the situation was, and how we were going to continue moving forward.
Max Torres, Ducks Digest.
Anthony, year two here at Oregon, you're obviously working on kind of developing your control of the offense and understanding of the different parts of the scheme. What are some specific parts of your game that you're looking to grow in 2021?
Consistency and keeping everybody, I would say, just controlling the mood and the speed of our offense, basically, because we only move as fast as I move, and the more efficient I am, the more efficient we will be as an offense. So,
Eric Skopel.
Anthony, we saw you a little bit last year. This is really your only time, I think, in televised until the season opener against Fresno State for you to play quarterback here with the ones. How much is this weekend's game mean to you, and what are you kind of hoping to get out of it?
One is almost like a childhood dream. Oregon and UF were my two favorite schools growing up. So just having the opportunity to play in the spring game here in Austin Stadium is incredible, especially that my parents would be able to come here and see me play in the stadium that I always grew up wanting to play in. So the spring game is a big opportunity for me. I just plan on having fun and just doing what we can.
Tyson Alger, Athletic.
Just because you've played so much football and have been in a lot of locker rooms, can you describe the talent and kind of presence that Kayvon Thibodeau brings to you guys?
Whew, KT brings a different level of intensity to practice every day. And I respect it. I love it. And I'm happy that he brings that every day, because you don't get that talent everywhere in the country where you can see it every day in practice. And he's coming every single play. He doesn't take any plays off. And hats off to him. And he's a special guy. So
Matt Preem, 247 Sports.
Can you maybe speak to just the work that the offensive line has been able to do? A lot of those guys have said that last year it was very difficult replacing all 5 starters, and they weren't going to make excuses, but they acknowledged that they weren't up to par. Where are they at, you feel like, right now?
They're working their tails off. They don't make excuses, like you said, and they just keep on pushing along. And wherever coach says they are, there's always another place to go, because we're trying to reach a standard, and we're not trying to get better than the day before, but we're trying to get better than – I just said that backwards, but you understand where I'm going with that.
James Crapia, Oregonian.
Anthony, how has your chemistry and comfort with the receiving core, particularly the ones, Devin, Johnny, Micah, Jalen, just enhanced and further gone along here with all this increased reps and the increased time and not splitting reps with Tyler and stuff? Just how has that progressed here the last couple of months?
Just the last couple of months, we've been working out a lot together, and just our chemistry it's gotten better and better, but there's still a lot of opportunity and room for us to improve. And we plan on taking advantage of the time that we have together in these next few months going into the season.
Max Torres, Ducks Digest.
Anthony, you guys have some proven production in the backfield there with you, with Travis and CJ. What's it been like, this spring with them? And, does it give you some confidence, knowing that you have some really solid backs there?
I'm always going to have confidence having those two in the backfield. Two great football players, two great leaders, and they don't take any day for granted. They don't take any rep for granted, at least in practice as well. So I would say I have all the confidence in the world in those two.
AJ Jacobson, Rivals.
Taking a look at that tight end group, there's a lot of guys that are both good blockers and guys that can receive. But I'm just wondering, what tight ends are you having special connections with on the receiving side of things this camp?
Spencer Webb has always been there. Justin. Wow, I'm thinking of his brother. Patrick Herbert has been really well. He had a great catch today, a really strong catch. And I haven't really been able to work with the young guys yet, but I'll probably get some work in with them this summer. And yeah, that's about it.
We got time for a few more with Anthony. Eric Scopel, 247 Sports.
You mentioned the younger guys, and Oregon's going to be in a good spot once you leave. What is kind of your hope what are you trying to get out of them, or what can you offer them during your time here to kind of help make sure they maximize their time here later?
Try to give them some insight on what there is to come in the future, as far as their mental capacity, and trying to keep them level-headed, and let them know that there's a lot more out there for them to just go grab, but it's only there for your taking. You can't just expect it to come to you. Take every opportunity that you get. So.
Last question, James Crapia, the Oregonian.
Anthony, I know there's 3 more practices this week, but since I'm not sure if we'll get you again after the spring game or not, just while that's the primary focus for the week, what's the focus after Saturday for you in terms of where are you headed once the quarter is over? Do you go back home? Do you go to Atlanta to work with Quincy? Do you have things lined up for off-season work, the Manning Academy. I don't know if you've been invited to that. Just what's your off-season look like after Saturday?
Excuse me. After Saturday, I'll probably just be here in Oregon, working with the guys and trying to figure out as many ways as possible that we can close the gap and just improve, so we can be tight knit as possible coming up this season, or coming up to fall camp at least, and just do everything we can to improve moving forward.
Thanks, Anthony. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good day.